of the temple. And one article claimed that that corner was
Yeah, I took it for a walk.
I know you'll like this, Kevin. Kyle, take a picture of this.
You need another camera, brother?
I said Kyle. Everybody's thinking.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
His name's Kyle Jr.
How do you know my middle name?
I'm Paul.
Okay. Now, that's Sarah with the cannon. Okay. Now listen up.
You started something?
That's very good. Although it says no photography permitted. Okay. Now, guys, we're still waiting for people to come.
Yes, sir. They're coming.
Okay.
Eli's the last one.
Okay. Now, I want you to know and understand where you are. Remember where we saw the movie, the little movie at the end of the tour of the tunnel with Eliezer, right? Just before going there was a plaza with pavement in it. I think I said to someone that a Jewish boy could jump on his skateboard and run down. So that's the pavement. In fact, if you look at this, we were here. We're now here, right? So that slopes down. Again, that's the bottom of the Herodian street that were running along the western wall. And you can see these things here were shops. This is it. And that's, you see this rock sticking out is the famous Robinson's Arch. So you can see it's right here, these little stones right here. Remember, this on the pavement, you can see these big rocks. These rocks takes us to the very second the temple was destroyed on the 9th day of the month of Av. Now, the temple is in flame. The Romans for the Romans, this is not enough. We think they were ramming all this section from inside out, and these rocks flying from the top. The western wall was as tall as the top of the tree. Running, flying, hitting the road, caving the road.
Wow.
See it?
Yeah.
And then when the Christian came here, the early Christian, the Byzantines, they didn't bother to remove it. So all this was covered with these big rocks. The smallest one is 2.5 tons. Right. So they covered it with dust and built their road on top, their street.
Wow.
And then when the Arabs came in, they used it and dug these grooves. The grooves, they installed in the grooves terracotta pipes over a little bridge from here to their palaces that were built in the 8th century. Where is the water coming from? From the Strutyon pool, which are under the first station of the Via Dolorosa, the Sisters of Zion convent. All downhill. Now, this is, and thank God, there was a great, generous man, Mr. Davidson from Chicago, who donated the money to excavate the site, and that's why it's called the Davidson Center. As they were digging here, remember all these fell down, as they were digging here, they found this rock. Right here. that. You understand this? In our days, when the ultra-Orthodox Jews, the Hasidim Jews, wants to announce the beginning of holidays, the ending of beginning of Shabbat, ending on Shabbat, what they do, they drive their cars with a loudspeaker and tell you now is Shabbat, you're not allowed to switch the electricity on, etc. In the old times, at the corner, right here, see, we are here, on top there, you can see the banister, right? This is part of this banister that fell down, right? It was the place of the trumpeting. They announced, with blowing the trumpet, they found out that was the best place to blow the trumpet because of the acoustic. Everyone in town would hear it. And on the banister here, there was an inscription saying Lebet HaTekiah, to the place of trumpeting, and fell down. Now, 2,000 years later, a Jewish archaeologist finds this plaque, which created a political crisis. Because it's archaeology again. 2,000 years ago, there's a place that said to the place of trumpeter in the Jewish temple, right? UNESCO didn't like it because they claim that we are destroying, digging under the southwestern part of the Temple Mount for one purpose, destroying the Mosque of Al-Aqsa. So it should collapse. And they asked to expel Israel from the Cultural Committee. And recently, President Trump, God bless him, he decided to stop the American grants to UNESCO. And now they'll start suffering with it. So UNESCO is the Cultural Committee of the UN. Now, what we'll do from here, you can see it right here. We will walk down this way and turn right. But I want you to pay attention carefully to what I'm saying. You can see on the pavement, there's a rock. Kyle, please. There's a rock on the straight ahead on an angle. Can you see it?
Yes.
Make sure not to step on it, because if you step on it,